This week I'm going to be talking about my experience building a video editing PC. Hello, my name is Cade and this is DSLRguide. So a few weeks ago I had the chance to put together a PC, which is something that I found quite fun, and I learned quite a lot about how computers work. So I figured I might try and share some of this knowledge with you guys. So, the PC I put together was, my little brother has been saving up for a gaming PC for a while. So we put it together and I was kind of helping and filming it, and I thought that I would just put a little video talking about how we did it, about how difficult it was, in the hope that maybe some of you guys might be inspired to build a video editing PC or some other kind of PC from the experience I had. To begin with, building a PC can seem quite daunting, but once you kind of get started, you soon realise there actually aren't that many parts and aren't that many steps, so it's actually not quite as bad as you might think. So the first thing we did is we found some tutorials online about building PCs, and then we also found the pieces we wanted. So when you're building a PC, you have to think about what kind of graphics card, what kind of processor, how much storage space you want, what motherboard, what power supply, and a couple of other pieces. But we pretty much followed a build from Austin Evans, who is a YouTuber who knows tons about this sort of thing. So you can check out his channel, and that'll give you some ideas about what pieces you want for your PC. So we just used the manual from the motherboard and the case, which helped us to know where to connect all the different pieces, and then just followed a web page which helps to give us the idea of what kind of order we should be plugging stuff in, and if there's anything to look out for as you go through the build. And it was quite simple. There are a couple of things you have to watch out for, like static electricity and stuff that you should find out about the risks before you start, but we weren't being particularly careful and it all worked out fine. So the only problem we had was that once we'd connected everything, the PC still wasn't powering up, and we went through each different piece trying to find out what the problem was. We thought it might have been the power supply, but it turned out all it was that the connector between the power supply and the motherboard had not been pushed in all the way. So that's the only problem we had, and that in a way that's one of the most common problems, is that you just haven't plugged something in properly. But yeah, I mean, it could have taken a lot longer if something else had went wrong. So it took us 3.5 hours, and that was with help from me, my brother, and my dad, who knows a bit more about computers than us. But other than that, we hadn't really, it's the first time I've ever built a PC, and it was, quite a cool experience. So do I think it's better to build a PC rather than buying it? Well, yeah, I'd say so. Because firstly, it's slightly cheaper. Secondly, you get to choose all the parts specifically to the kind of specs that you want. And thirdly, by opening up a PC and putting it together, you have a good understanding of how to take out and put in each of the different parts, which means that if you need to replace your RAM, then you know exactly how to do that, and all the different parts, you know how to upgrade them or switch them out if they break. And this is knowledge that is just pretty helpful. There are a surprising number of people who don't know anything about how the mechanics of a computer work, and even though it's very basic, just plugging stuff in, that can actually put you in a better position than a lot of people. So I think it's worth doing just for the knowledge of how computers are put together. So in the description I've included the parts list to the PC that we built, and building a PC is pretty similar each time. It just depends on which parts you get, but they're all going to be roughly the same process. But if you are going to use it for video editing, I've also included some upgrades that you might want to consider, because a gaming PC is slightly different to a video editing PC. For example, video editing, you really want to have a lot of hard drives, so that's actually, you end up spending quite a lot of money on hard drives, whereas gaming PC is just purely about the graphics card. But yeah, that's it for this week. I hope it's been a good episode, and I'll see you next time.